Hey guys, this is Ruby as always, and welcome to my special. Let's get up and close. So guys, me and Zueljin had recorded an intro and everything for this at his house, and my camera decided to stop recording after 3 seconds of footage. I don't know, I asked Alphonia, who's another kind of camera person, and she said it's probably a card issue or something, so I don't know. It didn't happen the rest of the day, so who knows what happened. So I lost the intro. There's no intro. This is going to be your intro to the video. The rest of it's going to be real life, quote-unquote, footage. So I'm going to quit blabbering. So like I said, I got Zueljin to help me. What we're making is crawfish etouffee. And basically all that is it's just rice and crawfish and kind of a I don't know, gravy almost. It's kind of spicy. It's nice and cool. I'm in my sound outfit still, and it turned out really good. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and thank you guys so much for 15,000. It really means a lot. So yeah, I guess here's to another 15,000. All right. So you said you're gonna go ahead and cut the onions.
Yep. Every good Cajun dish starts with an onion, dude. Well, not everyone. Not like cereal and milk, but you know what I mean. Like,
is cereal and milk Cajun, though?
You can make it Cajun, I guess, with some cayenne pepper or something, if you're into that. I see chocolate with cayenne pepper. That's like a normal thing now. Yeah. So
is it?
Cocoa pebbles and cayenne? Sounds something. I don't know, man. I'm just talking. But yeah, we definitely do onions for almost every dish.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is get all the peelings off of this sucker. And we're going to dice it with, this is a Miracle Blade. You ever heard of a Miracle Blade? Mm-hmm. It's an old school knife, but it's good. You can grab it almost like a cleaver.
And it dices up nice and good.
Mm-hmm.
And woo!
We're going to saute some onions and add some green onions and some parsley. Mm-hmm. Once the onions start getting sauteed a little bit, and we're going to add the crawfish. And we're also going to season it. So the crawfish is Louisiana crawfish. They're in season right now. It's just before Christmas is when they start usually getting cheap. Right now, they're pretty expensive, but still freaking delicious.
Yeah.
And we're just going to let this saute up.
Alright.
So now that the onions are kind of sauteed, we're going to go ahead and add the crawfish. Add them in juice, fat, and all. And they're kind of messy, but pretty good. We're doing about 2 pounds for, let's say, a medium to a medium large size onion. And we're going to add about a whole head of parsley and a head of green onions as well.
That's a lot of crawfish.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to season it with some black pepper, just sprinkled to cover the entire deal. Probably about a tablespoon or 2 of paprika. Sprinkle salt to cover, and a dash of red pepper.
Mm-hmm. Give it a little kick.
Yep. We'll stir it up. Where the seasoning's good and mixed up. Set the heat to about medium.
That looks good already.
We're gonna cut probably about half the green onions now to cook them with the green onions. And then we're going to add half when it's almost cooked, just for a little bit of texture, because as they cook, it's going to disintegrate. So you'll still get the taste, you just won't get the texture. And now for the parsley. Cut it until you see mostly stems, and that's probably good.
Yep. Yeah. Alright, so what's next?
So you see how it looks kind of muddy? After about a half hour of this sauteing on medium heat, it looks like it's mud. You need a little bit of water. And you want it to get to the level probably about the top of where the crawfish are in the pot, maybe a little bit more. And while it's still hot, you want to start adding flour. Now you could do this with finely sifted flour like I'm doing now, or you can do it with like a flour water mixture or cornstarch water mixture. And you just want to get it to where it lightens it up a little bit and it thickens it. And once it gets to the desired consistency, finish it off with the green onions, like I said before that we'd save. Just a little bit more, and we should be to...
And that's just to thicken it up so it's not so watery.
Just to thicken it so it's, yeah, you want it to stand on the rice pretty much, so the gravy doesn't travel. It's like crawfish rice and gravy. Is where you want it, but it almost makes like a cream sauce when you add it. And some people actually use cream, but I'd rather not. Cream gives it like a dairy flavor. To me, stuff like that is better for pasta. But for rice, the flour and water seem to thicken it up pretty good. And when you get it to where you want, it kind of looks like that. Maybe just a little bit more. And you can also use this phase of cooking to balance out the seasoning. So if you added too much salt or too much pepper, you can always add a little bit more water and a little bit more flour to kind of weaken those spices. And if you hadn't added enough, you can always boil water out so you don't have to add as much flour and make it thick that way. And there you have it. Now we got to cook some rice to put this over. I'm gonna finish this off with the last few green onions. And these are pretty much just going to sit in here almost for texture and a little bit of flavor. And we'll reduce the heat to low, just to keep it warm. We don't really want those last green onions to cook to where you can't feel them anymore. So for rice, real simple. There's many different ways to cook this, but how I do it is I'll take regular long grain rice that you can buy in your grocery store, and I'm gonna make a couple of cups here, which it just takes 2 cups of dry rice, and I almost got enough here. 2 cups of dry rice and 2 cups of water in a regular rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, you can actually do this in a pot over low heat.
It's just a lot harder.
Right.
It's not as easy.
If you do it in a pot with low heat, just make sure when you measure your water, you touch the top of the rice with your fingertip, and you should have water that comes up to around the first notch in your finger. Add some salt, and yes, my hands are clean.
They better be.
Add just a pinch of salt, probably about a teaspoon or so. Mix it. Some people wash their rice. I really don't wash my rice. I get high grade rice. I don't buy the cheap stuff. So it cooks a little bit easier and it's not nearly as dirty as the cheaper stuff. And you just set it to go.
That's that easy.
Yep, that's it.
And now it's just a waiting game.
10 minutes later we'll have rice and gravy.
Yep. Alright, so it's cooked. Now what?
Last but not least, you gotta serve it.
Gotta serve it.
Grab yourself a spoonful of rice. Smash it down nice and flat like that. Grab yourself a spoonful of the
Etouffee.
etouffee. See how I told you it's supposed to stand up like that?
It's not like washing over the edges.
Garnish it and serve it.
And look at that. That is some etouffee. Oh man, does that look good.
It's freaking delicious. You know how you say it's good in French? Ça c'est bon.
Is that how you say it? Well, I can't wait to try this out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this special. I mean, you learned how to make some good cooking here. And then all it takes is some frozen crawfish.
And if you can't find crawfish for some reason, you can actually do the same thing with shrimp. It's just better with crawfish.
Obviously. So, hope everybody enjoyed this. Thank you, Zueljin, for putting on this show.
Thank you.
Had a mouthful. And that's just grape juice. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.